I'm Mo Rocca, and I'm excited to announce Season 4 of my podcast, Mobituaries. I've got a whole new bunch of stories to share with you about the most fascinating people and things who are no longer with us. From famous figures who died on the very same day, to the things I wish would die, like buffets. All that and much more. Listen to Mobituaries with Mo Rocca wherever you get your podcasts.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to give y'all some relationship advice because I feel like that what I'm going to be talking on, it's stuff that people need to hear. It's one of those things where it's like, look, don't bring yourself out of character, especially for somebody that doesn't, love and care for you and stuff and even if they do love and care for you, still don't ever bring yourself out of character to where you're carrying on like a child pretty much. So anyways, I saw this video. One of my friends, they went and had retweeted this video. And it was of this girl. I mean, she was throwing a 5-star tantrum over the guy. I guess the guy wouldn't take her back. And, it hurts me a little when I see things like that because I just know that I wouldn't carry on like that. So when I think of myself like not carrying on like that, I expect others to not carry on like that, right? But that's the thing, though. Like, everybody is different, and we don't really know what the future is. I would like to hope and think that I would never act like that. But I guess, seeing it so much, it does prevent me from, acting like it in a way and things. So, but yeah, she was going off in the car. Like, she was asking the guy to take her back. The guy was like, he didn't want to be bothered with her. And I'm like, yeah, I think we can all see why. It's like, she's carrying on like that. I'm like, yeah, that type of stuff to me is scary because I'm like, nah, she might decide to get upset one day and kill me. And I don't want to cross that bridge. I don't want that to happen to me. I don't want my parents to, be having to make funeral arrangements for me because I'm dealing with some crazy, ex and things. So, yeah, it's stuff like that where it's like you have to know and understand that carrying on like that isn't going to get you anywhere besides social media. So I've seen it so much where it's like when they get that overly obsessed in the relationship, and I'm like, fam, I just don't think because all right, so I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I haven't really been in too many relationships, but I just do feel like that's just not a way of carrying on. If you guys hear me making noises in the background and stuff, I'm taking off these shoes, and there's a lot. These shoes got 2 sets of laces, and then it has a strap, and I'm like, bro, these shoes are a lot, man. But anyways, but I think I can multitask, take these shoes off and then do this podcast episode at the same time. So. But, no, man, I feel like that, when you see things like that, and that's what people, they really need to start doing. And I know, people are probably going to be thinking that I'm like, oh, he just cracking jokes, he's playing around. But I'm like, nah, bro, they literally make movies of stuff like this. And sometimes those movies might be based on a true story, or sometimes it's just, it's movies that they're making. But I feel like that even if it's a movie that's not based on a true story, it did come from somewhere. They're not just gonna come up with that. Nah, I'm pretty sure people most likely have been in a situation like it, or they have, know somebody that's been in a situation like it. But I could think of some of those, Fatal Attraction type movies. I mean, there is a movie called Fatal Attraction. And, no, it pretty much, that's exactly what the title is. It is a fatal attraction. You get so attracted to somebody, it can get fatal for you and stuff. So, but, even, that movie, I was just watching that movie the other day. And it's one of those movies where it's it's not based, I don't think it's, well, no, because I think something like that, it would have been talked on or discussed, but I don't think it's a movie based on a true story. But I'm pretty sure the writer or somebody, they most likely have heard some situations. I wonder if that movie is based off of somebody. Let me look it up real quick. Fatal Attraction. There's a television series too. I think it's just best to watch the movie with Michael Douglas and stuff. But so 19 from screenplay based on 1980 short film, Diversion, British. Okay, so it was like based off of some British film. Let's see if this British film is based on a true story. No, it's not. They over, but I'm pretty sure it is based off of something. A short film that's 50 minutes. I'm like, bro, that's it might as well be a movie. I'm like, if they would have just added a few more minutes, it would have been a movie and things. But anyways, but no, to overall talk on that movie real quick. So Michael Douglas, happily married man. You know, well, I'm maybe not happily married, because I'm like, I feel like the thing is this: if you go out and you cheat on your significant other and you claim to be happily married, bro, let me just give y'all some relationship advice on that too. You can't say that you're happily married, but you go and you sleep around. Then you're not happily married. That ain't no happy marriage. I'm not going to be happy if I'm having to go and sneak around my wife and, you know, go sleep with other women and things. That's not happily married. That ain't even being happy. You are dealing with some stuff, and it's like you need to either discuss it with your wife or get a divorce. But it's like, the thing is this: if you're having to go around her back and sleep around and stuff, you're not happily married. I've refused to believe it. And I don't even think that they did say that but I think they said that for the short film, the Diversion short film. And I'm like, no, it's just, you're not happily married and things. There's like this, is this successful and happily married man, a lawyer from Manhattan. I'm like, no, he was not happily married. If you're having, like I said, if you're having to go and cheat on your wife, you're not happily married. I'm sorry, but anyways, but yeah. So overall, Michael Douglas, married man, has a kid. He pretty much just has the dream life. I think any man, woman, whoever will want that lifestyle where you got a good paying job, you have a kid, or maybe you want multiple kids. You have a nice house. Like, he literally has the life, all right? The life, okay? But so anyways, he meets this woman, sleeps with her, and then at that point, she became obsessed. It was one of those things where it was like, you know, and I guess like people probably would want to that question to be answered, like, why do people cheat? And it's something that I would never personally do. But I feel like the reason why an individual would cheat is because I think everybody knows this, but they're tired of their significant other. They want something new. They want something different. They want a little change in their life, you know. And it sucks. It really sucks to the significant other, you know, because it's like there's a movie where it really like kind of shows what happens when you do that. Like, Fatal Attraction didn't really talk too much because it was more so focused on Michael Douglas and the woman that he was with the obsession and stuff. But there's this one movie called Fences with Denzel Washington, Viola Davis, pretty good movie. But anyways, Denzel Washington, he cheats on his wife, and then when you just see like that change in his family and stuff, that's literally what happens. That is what happens, and people need to understand, it's like, if you're not in a serious, committed relationship, like y'all, like, and that's the thing, it's not even a relationship. You know, and I don't want people to, you know, they take that in and then they're all like, oh, well, let me go tell my girlfriend that. No, if you're calling her your girlfriend, but you want to go and call her about like, oh, this TMossBoss said our relationship isn't serious. No, you should have known from jump that the relationship wasn't serious. But if you calling a girl your girlfriend or the boy your boyfriend, whatever the situation is, wife, husband, I don't care, significant other, partner, you're in a committed relationship. Now you have to stay committed. But if you're not going to stay committed, then yeah, overall, it's just going to be a sucky situation for yourself. It ain't going to be a sucky situation for the other. The other, I feel like, got the upper ground on you. Like, when you sit down and when you think of that, like, no, because, all right, let's just place out this scenario. Not from any movies or anything. Like, this is a real-life scenario for you, all right? So let's say you cheat on your significant other, right? and then they find out, or you tell them, however, but at some point in time, they are aware of the cheating situation, right? You cannot say or do anything to this person unless they had did something equally or worse than cheating. But there's not too many things I can think of where it's like the relationship is still intact, but it's, you can do something, I guess, to get back at the individual, and yeah, it's cheating. I can't think of too many things. So, like, because I feel like a lot of the stuff that I'm thinking of right now would just end the relationship. Like, there's the one situation where I'm like, I probably would have went to prison for vandalism and literally having an episode, but there's this this story out, or not a story, it was a video that went viral years ago, and I personally don't recommend anybody watching the video, because it is pretty hard to watch, especially if you're a pet person. But so anyways, so the woman, I guess, was upset at the guy for some reason. It was over something stupid. It was just what she did to that man's dog. There's nothing in this world, in my opinion, that you can do to where you feel like you need to get that sort of revenge, to where you need to take an animal's life over whatever he did, whether he cheated, whether he broke something of yours, whatever the situation is. There's nothing in this world that, at least speaking for myself, that would possess me to go out and poison my significant, or now most likely is gonna be ex, but yeah, their dog. But no, that's what overall what the video was the guy, he was trying his hardest, to get his dog, because the dog was like having a seizure, and it was convulsing, and it was, and it was tough to watch. Like, you watch a video like that, it's something that sticks with you. And it really did suck, because I was like, what did the dog do? Like, what did that dog do to the... And I remember, like, when that story was going viral, and I told my mom about it, and I told her straight up, I was like, you most likely are going to have to bail me out of jail, because I guarantee and I promise you, I'm breaking every window that woman owns, from her house, from a shed, her car. I'm probably gonna flatten tires. I'm really going to showcase how, and that's the thing where I'm all like, okay, I go to prison for it, but like, for all that, like, damage or whatever, go to jail. I don't care. That's something where I'm like, no, you just took my dog's life. I don't care what I do afterwards. I'm not going to do anything to her. But yeah, I will do everything, do stuff around. Just overall being petty, break into the house, probably break some things, break out the windows, just everything possible. Cut up clothes, burn stuff. Like, I seriously, I would lose it. I would lose it, especially if I'm like, even if it's not even the fact that I'm not even close with the dog, but I'm like, no, I honestly have to be like on some John Wick stuff, and just, instead of killing people, just kill everything else. Like, well, okay, like inanimate objects. Okay, let me correct what I'm getting ready to say. Inanimate objects. I'm not that crazy. Okay, I'm crazy enough to break stuff, but I'm not crazy enough to take a person's life on some dumb stuff. No, I'm like, that's nah. Can't do it. So, but anyways, and I encourage others, because I know I feel like I'm telling this story. There's people out there where they will be like, oh, I would take somebody's life if they killed my dog. Yeah, I'm taking something. No, don't go out like that. Do not go out like that. That's something where I'm like, now kind of talking on that, kind of excluding, from the relationship advice and just life advice for that individual, where you feel like you got to take somebody, it ain't worth it. Even if they do, the thing is this, you can go out and get you another pet, okay? You can do that. But if you go and take somebody's life, you can't go and just, I could just go out and just get me another life at PetSmart, Walmart, wherever they be selling pets at and stuff. No, it's not gonna happen. It is not. You are in prison. You kill somebody, you are in prison forever. All right, even if it's like they just only gonna give me some years. No, bruh, there ain't no way around that. All right, there's not, and that's gonna eat up at you. Where it's like you took a person's life on some stuff where it's like, bruh, you shouldn't even have put yourself in that situation. So that's why I'm like, yeah, people, look, I understand, relationships, they could get frustrating, and that's why I'm like, if you find yourself in a toxic relationship, break up with the individual. And I think that's, why that video went so viral on Twitter and stuff of the girl, throwing a tantrum, is because, like, look at how she's carrying on, and then it makes me think of this one situation where they even turned it into, it was like a Lifetime movie, but the guy, so I think he broke up with the girl, but he ended up going back to her place. I think, they, still was on, like, I don't know if they was like on some friends with benefit type stuff. Whatever the situation was, though, the girl wasn't ready to let go. All right, she wasn't, and she ended up taking this man's life. I think she stabbed him all these different times and stuff, and it was like, why? Like, now she's in prison, serving life, and it's like, fam, you could have been living your life. You could have found you. That's the thing, though, where people seem to forget that and not understand that, is that you can go out. You could get you another relationship, all right? You could go out. You could get whatever you want to get. But when you're involving people's lives and taking it at the same time, you can't get another life back. Like, that girl is in prison. She might, who knows, maybe she might be up for parole when she's like 70, 80 years old. But that's the thing, though. She's gonna be old. Like, yeah, she might be able to find love then, but who knows? Like, we don't know what her lifestyle is gonna be like at that point in time. So that's why, look, people, y'all gotta understand this, all right? Pretty much the moral of this whole podcast episode is that there are other relationships out there for you, okay? There is. Go on a dating show. Go on a dating app. What are the talk to respond to those 100 messages of guys, like because I feel like, guys or girls, whoever, but it's like, respond to those unread messages. Give that one person you thought you would never be with a chance. All right, give the nerds a chance. Give the whoever, but, and it's because that's the thing where it's like, you don't really know what a relationship will be like until you're in it and stuff. So yeah, start giving people chances and things. Like, yeah, if you get known for dating around, that's all it. Look, I'm trying to find love. I can't help it. It's like, I'm trying to settle down and just live life and things. But anyways, just don't set yourself up for failure and stuff. And you be careful with who you get in a relationship with. Like, talking to the ladies real quick, I'm like, yeah, it's like, you need to go and get you a metal baseball bat or join a fighting class or something. Join like a taekwondo, kickboxing, kung fu, karate. What are some other mix that stuff up, do what you can to defend yourself. Man, start acting crazy and abusive towards you put that man in a submission hold and just watch for him gasp for air and stuff. But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 46 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you are purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. And if you're purchasing any energy drinks or sleep drinks from Poggers, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. That will knock 10% off your next purchase. And if you're purchasing any controller accessories from Fatal Grips, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. That will also knock 10% off your next purchase. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.